Hello there. My name is Alan Yang, and today we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite animes, Arakawa Under the Bridge, specifically the second episode of the first season. Now, I really like this anime. It's a combination of both comedy and story that's just mashed together. Now, just a brief rundown if you don't really know the anime, because it's not that well known. Basically, a well-successful business owner named Ko. Due to some weird circumstances, loses his pants on a flagpole. Pretty strange, right? But basically, he tries to receive it and he falls off the bridge. Now, this would be an unfortunate end to a very quick anime if it wasn't for a person that lived under the bridge named Nino. Now, she thinks she's someone from Venus, but that doesn't really matter. But basically, she saves Ko, and to return the favor, as Ko believes in returning a favor with another favor, to live under the bridge with Nino and to be her lover. So basically, he gets his name changed, as if you live under the bridge, you have to accept a new life. So instead of being Ko, he's now Recruit, or Rick for short. And there he meets all these bizarre and interesting characters that live under the bridge. And those characters are specifically what I want to talk about today. How the characters that live under the bridge choose to accept their, these bizarre ways of living, how they want to live, to have a more enjoyable, happy life rather than accepting what society wants you to live, like the people that live over the bridge, as you can see with Ko, as he's working long business days, as Japanese people work day to day. They don't really have that much time to see their children, and you can see this throughout the first part of the episode, the bath scene, as Ko is getting his hair washed by his father. Now, like Ko, his father asks a favor for another favor. So, in return, his father is now getting his hair washed by Ko. And this is happening at a really, really young age. So, it's kind of not that good. And he continues to show his lack of compassion for Ko, as he's saying, you should start really caring about yourself and trying to figure out what society wants you to do. Now, in opposite, as we go under the bridge, I'm going to use his under the bridge name, Rick. Rick is experienced with a lot of compassion throughout the characters. Like you can see through Nino, as she just opens the door in the beginning of the episode and offers him some fish to eat for dinner, asks for no favor in return. And we can see it again when Nino comes and offers to wash Rick's hair when he's washing in a barrel. Now, of course, she was just trying to mess with her hair, or his hair, trying to make it this weird mohawk thing. I don't really know what it is, but basically, she shows her compassion to Rick because that's how she believes people should live, and she chooses to, by herself, do this, not society telling her to. And she's having a happy life because of this. And as you can see slowly throughout the rest of the anime, we can't really talk about it that much, but we can see that Ko is beginning to adopt these values and enjoying life, living under the bridge with a cute girl. Now, if we look at another character, for example, we can look at Shiro, now, or Whitey, as his under the bridge name. That is not racist. That's his name under the bridge. But basically, Shiro, or Whitey, he walks on He pushes a street roller that rolls out white paint, and he walks on the white paint and the white paint only. Now, he does have a life outside of the bridge. He's a married man. He's a sort of a wealthy business worker, but he chooses to accept his unique traits that he wants to do, which is walking on a white line just so his wife won't turn into a chicken, which is all in his mind. But he chooses to accept this life, and if we look at throughout the rest of the anime, he's quite happy. Of course, we can't really do that, but he's one of the characters that you never see really angry. He's always happy. He's content with the life that he's living, just pushing a paint roller and walking on it, which is amazing. I personally would like that instead of doing all this schoolwork where I could just walk on a white line forever. But moving on, we're gonna move on to our last character, Sister. Now, Sister is shown through this anime as this gun-wielding nun that's also a dude. Yeah, but he wants to experience his life under the bridge by helping other people. As before, he was a war veteran in Europe. So he helps them with the help of the other members of the under the bridge to build a church or a mass. So every time mass comes up, he has his own unique way of doing it, where he pulls up like it's like a handgun, and he's just like, does anyone have any repentance? And he just fires the gun. That's his own way of doing it. Now you can tell that this is definitely bizarre, as especially you can see on the cross of the mass. It's like a cross with an extra mark, just to show its like your own uniqueness. Now they do this because Sister actually quite enjoys his time under the bridge. He's able to talk with other people, even sort of find some person to love or someone to take care of, as we can see if we look later on in the episodes. But we can see through this part of the episode specifically that he's quite content with the life that he's living in, and he's quite content with the people he's with, such as when he talks to Rick about Nino is one of like the most precious people, but I quite enjoy living under the bridge. So by choosing to live under the bridge and accepting a way of like using your own normalness under the way how you want to live, the characters are much more happy than the people above the bridge. As we can see throughout the beginning of the episodes, you can see as Ko is sort of more frowny and not as happy, and as we move over to later to the end of the episodes, he's actually quite more content with the life that these bizarre people are living under the bridge. And maybe, yeah, hey, I could live under the bridge. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you really want to know, I'm probably gonna spend my reading week just living under a bridge. Adios, amigos.